Welcome to the This Is It Team 10-Step System. And today we're on step number 9. My name's Tim Wagner, and I'm privileged to be sharing this on behalf of the Team 333 as we go through the This Is It Team 10-Step System. So if you haven't caught the other steps, I suggest you press pause if you're listening to the recording, or after this, go back to the previous ones if you're watching live. For on step 1, we went through how to determine your why in 3 easy steps. And in step number 2, determine your goals in 5 simple steps. Number 3 was making a commitment to yourself. Number 4, why building your list is your asset. Number 5 is 5 steps how to contact and invite. And number 6 is 4 easy ways to share the opportunity. Number 7 was why your fortune is in your follow-up. Number 8, 3 steps to helping your prospect get started correctly. And today, step number 9, why counseling Upline is your secret to success. Now, most people who get started in the LifeWave business have never actually been involved or experienced success, real success, in network marketing businesses before. So when you joined, who did you get the best insider information from so that you could succeed? Well, it was your upline. You see, it's always the experience of someone who has demonstrated the results for what you need to do to achieve the results that they've got. If somebody's just talking, but they haven't got the results that you want, well, perhaps you're listening to the wrong person. So when you first got started, who did you get the best advice from? Who did you get the best guidance from to fully benefit not only with your health, the products, but your wealth as well? Yep, that's what you're going to duplicate. Exactly the same process as what you're getting is what you're duplicating to everybody else. And if you didn't get that information, contact your next active upline and be the person that you wish you had had at the beginning. Because after all, when you follow the system here, it's easy to duplicate. So you're encouraged to listen and learn from the leadership that have experienced great success at a record pace. And that's what we've got with our team here, as I've explained before. Isn't that what you're looking for after all? Is that success fast, sustainably, and duplicatable? So here's a question for you. Who are you listening to? See, the leaders of Team 333, and This Is It, have not only broken every record in LifeWave's 22 years in business, but they've smashed them. So lean forward and learn from those leaders that have been doing the right things consistently, because this is your rapid ticket to growth, especially if you're looking seriously to win big from the LifeWave opportunity. So here's a couple of thoughts for you. Who do you listen to? Those who have achieved success you seek, or those who just talk about it? And this is a real life lesson, isn't it? It's not just for us here building our business. The second question is, are you teachable? Make sure your ego is not standing in your way. You've achieved great success in your sales or corporate business or other industry. But does that necessarily mean that success is duplicatable into this business? So accepting that this industry requires a very different set of skills is essential in you getting to where you want to be. You may have to unlearn to relearn some new things compared to what you know in your traditional business. So here's a couple of points to consider. Your sponsor and your upline leaders only get rewarded financially when you succeed. It's got to be the fairest business model that I've ever come across. What about you? And for that reason, everything that you're being taught here from the leaders is for your benefit. So it's important to tap in that experience and wisdom from those who've gone before you. Although you will ultimately be responsible for your own success, you are part of a greater team, and they're all here to support and guide you on your journey. So as you rise in the business, you'll find that your success is determined by how many people you can influence to becoming successful by duplicating what your upline is doing with you right now. If a team member is doing something that is not promoted in the 10-step system, it's potentially proof that they haven't been counseling upline and they haven't been following the 10 steps. This is only going to slow down your progress towards advancing in the ranks and achieving your dreams. Because any program, any technique and strategy that is not part of the system is not there for a reason. And ask yourself, why are they not doing this? And then counsel with your upline. Because there are some common examples that new people, they get wrong when they are not counseling. And these can turn into time wasters and money spent unnecessarily, which doesn't yield you the results you're looking for. Always remember, what you do must duplicate. There will always be someone who chooses to not take advantage of the mentorship. I can do this on my own. I know better. I've got a great idea. Sadly, many of them end up by actually quitting and saying it doesn't work, or they'll slowly disappear into the background, frustrated and sad that they weren't able to do this. Now, your upline is going to help you stay focused on your goals. You see, if you've shared step 1 and step 2, your why and your goals with your upline, they're going to help you stay focused. Because when things go bad, who do you turn to? Your upline. They're going to help bring you back in. It's their vested interest to help you. So if they know what your dreams and goals are, they're going to hook you back and go, why are you doing this, Tim? What is that ultimate thing that led you to starting this in your busy life already to help keep you on track? Another reason is that your upline is here to counsel with, to connect with. They want to help you. And if that means being a guide outside of this as well, that may also fall into play. Because in network marketing, there's a saying, moan up, motivate down. In other words, if you have something to complain about that's not going right, or you think that LifeWave could be doing something better, or the team could be doing something better, speak to your upline about it, not your downline. Your downline, you want to lift them up and motivate them only. So moan up, motivate down. You see, your upline knows your team. They know your structure. They've met your new prospects coming in, and so they're going to guide you in the best possible way to building your business, which means they've also got access to knowing who is downline and what position they're in. This is going to help them guide you when you're bringing a new prospect in. Are they going in the left team? Are they going in the right team? What is your balance? What do you need to achieve your next goal in your next position? Going from 3-star manager to 1-star director, or 2-star manager to 3-star. What is going to be most profitable for you? What's going to benefit your downline the most? Which team do you need to focus on? Your upline knows this. Why? Because they have achieved that next rank or above. So they're going to be able to guide you in the best possible way. See, there's always going to be a choice, whether you follow the system or you want to do things yourself, whether you follow your mentor or you decide you're going on your own. And as I said just now, sadly, people end up by quitting. So here are 3 key errors or faults that people think about doing initially, all for the good intention. But if it's not part of the system, it's been identified that these don't necessarily work. So here they are. Here's example 1. The idea to set up a LifeWave booth at a medical center or a sporting facility or a health event. This is very common for people to want to do who are already in the health and well-being business and industry. It sounds like a good idea, but it can cost a lot of money to get that table and the material. It takes a lot of time. And here's the big question. Is it duplicatable? See, these things never work in the long run, because other people will look and go, I don't want to hold a booth and have to spend thousands in order to be able to set up and book a table and stand there for the whole day. So if this person considered counseling upline, the upline would have advised them against it, as that doesn't follow in network marketing, which is all about relationship building, not by selling at a table in an event. Example number 2. Skipping out on training and live events. just like all careers and professions, just like the one that you've been busy with for your whole life, there was requirements that you needed to achieve training to be a success. The same thing goes in network marketing. Why would this be different? Just as doctors need to go to medical school and franchise owners need to go to company training, pilots need to graduate from flight school. Basically, there's no job or profession that did not need some type of training. So this goes back to what I explained just now, that just because you've got success in a traditional industry does not mean that that's going to be able to be applicable here. Why would this industry be any different? So no matter what excuse you may have for not going to the training or not being able to attend a major convention or a live event, one of the best ways to get plugged in and to build is live events. You may have many different excuses, but know that your upline also had challenges and they showed up anyway. So that decision that you make to achieve a higher rank, this in live events and training is where it's going to help you get that information, that motivation, that inspiration to keep going at these events. Everybody who achieves ranks goes to the live events. When you show up, whether it's on Zoom or in a live event, it shows your upline that you're serious, and it shows your downline that you're committed as well, because you need to step up and produce the goods and show that you're following the system. So when you speak to your downline and you've got a live event in your area, say to them, I've got my ticket. Have you got yours? Because remember, what you do duplicates. Example number 3. Quitting my job without counseling upline. It's a very common thing once people start to get a little bit of success that they think, now I can fire my boss. Well, this is that leaders understand that the goal of your LifeWave business may be to create that additional income stream so that you can ultimately be independent and have your own business and live your own time and work in your own time. And many people new to network marketing think that, I'm going to do this and I can, after 3 months, I'll be at that rank. I'm going to be able to do better than everybody else. And they quit their job without counseling with their upline. The first thing to understand is that LifeWave is built as a second income stream. Initially, not for a long time, as your first income or main income stream. And once you quit your job, this becomes your main one. But if you haven't built to a decent level that is sustainable, you may end up by wishing that you hadn't walked out so quickly. So keep working on your job. Use this as the second income to pay off your debt, to start having those things that you've not been able to at the moment. Little spoils every now and again and rewards are awesome. Build your LifeWave business to get out of debt. Now that's a brilliant thing to actually start with. Here's the other thing to consider. Having a job makes you a lot more relatable to your prospects. If they knew you were doing this full time, they're going to go, I can't afford that amount of time. Also, when you've got a job, use this to meet new people. Motivate the team around you. They know you're busy. Busy people do more things effectively so that one day you can fire your boss. So with your mentor, you set your income goals in LifeWave. And only once you've reached these consistently, and the saying is 4 times your earned income from your profit achieved in a LifeWave business, then consider it. But I'm going to share with you from one of my great mentors that I first listened to way back in the day when I still had a lot more hair than I got now. Let's jump in and listen to what Jim Rohn has to say about this.
And here's what my mentor said, Mr. Shove. He said, Mr. Rohn, you can start this miracle working business part-time. You don't have to go full-time. You can start part-time. And he said, if you'll devote, to start with, let's say 10, 12, 15 hours a week, where you'll start making a profit, here's what you can now say. I'm working full-time on my job and part-time on my fortune. Because profits lead to fortune. I got so excited about that philosophy. I'm working full-time on my job, but now I'm working part-time on my fortune. I found a way not only to make a living, you won't believe this, I found a way to make a fortune. Can you imagine what that's like then to get up in the morning? To go to work on your fortune, not to go to work to pay the rent, which is okay, but a chance to go to work to make a fortune? And I said, right now I'm working part-time on my fortune and full-time on my job, but it won't be long until I'll be working full-time on my fortune. Can you imagine what life is going to be like? Now, here was my first goal when I started, and that was part-time. I wanted to equal on my profits part-time what I was earning on my full-time job. This is called the magic of part-time. It is so thrilling for people to start working the business part-time, because now you can work on profits, and it doesn't take very long. If you'll really concentrate on those 10, 12, 15 hours a week, it won't be long if you really do it right and learn some of the skills I'm going to talk about. It won't be long until you can be earning as much part-time working on your fortune as you are full-time working on your job. I did that in less than 6 months. Now I've got an incredible invitation. I found a way part-time to work on my fortune, and I'm making as much money at that as I am on my full-time job. Would you like to hear my story? It was incredible. Now here was my second goal, to make twice as much money part-time working on my fortune as I was working full-time on my job. And I reached that in less than a year. Making twice as much money part-time working on my fortune as I was full-time working on my job. Now I've got an incredible invitation that won't quit. I found a way, through a unique opportunity, to work part-time on my fortune, and I'm now earning twice as much money as I am working full-time on my job. Would you like to hear my story? Do you imagine anybody would say, no, I don't care to hear your story? No. Everybody I said that to said, wow, yes, what are you doing? I said, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. Now, when I started making twice as much money part-time as full-time, here's my dilemma. I didn't want to go full-time. And why not go full-time? And the reason was because I didn't want to give up my electrifying story. Right? It was so powerful, nobody could resist the invitation to at least take a look. I didn't want to give it up. And I hung on for I don't know how long until it was, almost insane. And then finally, reluctantly, I gave up my full-time job.
Powerful words from the late, great Jim Rohn. And he all got that from counseling with his upline. So these are just some examples of people who have made mistakes because they have not counseled with their upline. They haven't gone to their mentor and said, I'm thinking about doing this. How does this work if I go and do that within the business? Now, some people compare network marketing to franchises where you've got a set system to follow. And there's a similarity that you need to deliver certain goods and services by following the process. But the big difference, not only, there's a number of them, we don't have the capital outlay that you have with a franchise, but with a franchise, you are required to do certain things or face huge penalties. While here, you're a volunteer. You are responsible for yourself. So you get to decide what you want to do. You get to decide if you're going to follow this or go on your own. There's been many people in network marketing who have been told by their upline, so you've tried your way, it hasn't worked. Why not try our way? See, this industry is quite forgiving, and you can just start afresh and carry on. So, do you want to build it fast and fun or slow and tedious? It's entirely up to you. After all, it's your business. But having a mentor that's dedicated to assisting you in your success is just another example of why network marketing will work for you, with you, and along your journey as you're going and growing. Okay? So when in doubt, ask questions to your active upline. They can and they will help you to determine how often that you should be sitting down together to go through your business, to go through your downline, have that plan with you and evaluate your progress and the next stage to help you get to where you want to be. Because always remember that your upline has a vested interest in your success. So respect their time. They're speaking to a lot of people, as you will one day soon. Respect their advice and apply it. For the team approach makes it way more exciting and successful for you than just going out on your own. So learning from the experience of others will give you that opportunity to build a legacy lifeway business that you can then use to last for absolute generations. So congratulations in making it to step number 9. By now, you've already started applying all these previous steps from the This Is It team 10-step system. But if you're finding that you're not getting the results that you desire or that you were expecting, go back to step 1. Watch the videos again. The more you repeat and you watch them, the more it comes ingrained in your mind. It becomes automatic. And the other thing to consider is if you're following these steps but not getting the results, are you mentoring your downline as your upline is mentoring you? After all, this is a duplicatable system. So take your team with you. And in the next step, step number 10, we're going to be focusing on something that I've been mentioning in every step so far: duplication. For this is key to sustaining your growth and ultimately giving you the freedom that you seek. See you in the next video.